Hi, it's Teri, and this is another in my series of Express Flow yoga classes. Created them to be anywhere between 30 and 40 minutes so that you can get moving on your mat. And as long as you're paying attention to your body and your breath and movement, just feel comfortable and have some fun. I know that my power yogis like to come upside down quite frequently. Do so whenever you'd like. Arm balance options are always there for you. Take child's pose whenever you need to. And let's get started. You start in a forward fold at the tops of your mats. Grab your elbows, hang heavily. Let your hip bones go high, chest over your thighs. You can bend your knees and sway from one side to the other as long as your head and neck are hanging nice and heavily. And just remember that you don't use your body to bring yourselves into a pose, to feel a pose necessarily. What you're doing is using a pose to feel your body. Feel whatever sensations you're feeling right now. You might feel a little tightness in back of your legs, your hamstrings. Notice as you curl your belly in and up a little bit more, you might be able to hang a little bit more heavily. Cross your arms the opposite way so the other forearm is on top. Use this as an opportunity to lengthen the side waist. Let your head drop heavily between your elbows. Soft rhythm to your breath. Another couple of moments here. Notice where your weight is on your feet. Make sure it's nice and evenly distributed from the balls of your feet to your heels, the outside edges of your feet to the inside edges of your feet. Release your hands from your elbows. A little bit of a bend into your knees. Slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Starting to lengthen your legs on the way up. Bring your shoulders up to your ears. Open your mouth, exhale, let it go. One more round like this. Inhale, shoulders pull forward and up. Open mouth, breath out, let it go. Arms reach rightly up overhead in Tita Hastasana. As you exhale, hinge all the way down for a forward fold, chest to thighs, Uttanasana. As you breathe in, lengthen. Chest pulls forward, shoulders pull back. As you exhale, plant your palms at the top of your mat, step back to a downward facing dog, hips are nice and high. In your down dog, feel free to bend one knee and then the other. You can sway your hips from one side to the other. But once again, let your head hang nice and heavily. Let the neck grow longer. Make sure you have firm weight in the fingers and the thumbs and the index finger knuckles. Keep pressing down to lift the hips up and back. Utilize your legs. Lift your kneecaps up. Draw your thigh bones back towards the back wall. Take another 2 cycles of breath here. Maintain that constant rhythm to your breath. On your next inhalation, come into a high plank position. Shoulders are directly over your wrists. Once again, fingers are spread wide. Make sure that your hips are lined over with your heels, with your shoulders. A long line of energy from the crown of your head, belly back to the heels. Pull the belly right into the back of the spine to support the lower back. Staying here for another 2 breaths. Continue to draw the chest forward. Continue to pull your heels back. On the exhalation, bend your elbows, slide in against the side body. Either coming down all the way to the floor, lowering your knees perhaps, or coming halfway down to Chaturanga. Inhale is an upward facing dog or baby cobra. Chest pulls forward, shoulders back. Lift your thighs off the floor. On your exhale, return to your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take 3 cycles of breath in and out. Keep pushing down to lift up. Another cycle of breath here. On your next inhalation, raise your right leg long back behind you, 3-legged dog. Continue to pull your left hip back in space. Bend your right knee, open up your right hip, stacking your right hip on top of your left. Feel free to bend to create some circles, perhaps even a figure 8. Just make sure that the hands are firmly on the floor, same amount of weight on both hands. Eventually find stillness. Yawn your hip open just a bit more. As you exhale, tap your right arm with your right knee. Bring your shoulders directly over your wrist, look forward. Inhale, glide the leg back. Exhale, tap your left arm with your right knee, twist and cross. Inhale, leg back. Exhale, step your right foot to your right thumb. Lower runner's lunge, left leg is long. Right hip is pulling underneath. Left hand underneath your left shoulder. Twist towards your right. Stay here for breath. Draw the crown of the head forward. Twist your ribs around your spine. One more breath in. As you exhale, come back to center and step to the front of your mat for a forward fold. Breath in, lift the chest up, halfway up. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Bring your arms by your ears, reach high. Exhale, hinge right back down, forward fold. Breath in to lengthen chest forward. Exhale, step your left foot to the back of the mat, low runner's lunge. Hands firmly to the floor, three-legged plank. Send your right leg back behind you. Hips stay level. Keep the right leg lifted as you come into your three-legged plank. Staying here or lowering your right foot down. Vashisthasana, roll into the outside of your left foot. Right hand can stay on the floor or draw your right arm overhead. Press down, lift the hips up. Any variation that you like. Another breath here. Come into your high plank position, lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale, pull forward and up. Chest pulls forward. Press down, lift up. Up dog. Exhale, hips are high, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Same thing other side. Raise your left leg behind you, three-limb dog. Lead with the inner thigh. Hips stay level initially as you pull your right hip back. Bend your left knee, yawn your hip open. Once again, you can create those circles of figure 8. Just make sure that your shoulders are both squared to the top of your mat. Another breath here. Find stillness. Roll open even more. Straighten your left leg. Square off the hips. As you exhale, glide your way forward, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, draw the left leg back. Exhale, knee taps right elbow, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, draw the leg back. Exhale, step your left foot to the top of the mat, low runner's lunge. Lengthen. Feel your right leg grow longer. Right hand underneath right shoulder, left arm out to the left. Lengthen first when you breathe in. Twist when you breathe out. Lean the left shoulder blade right on top of the right. One more breath in. Get a little bit taller, a little bit longer. Find more twist. As you exhale, come back to center. Take an inhale in your low lunge. Step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen chest forward, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise all the way up. Bring your arms by your ears, reach high, Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, hands to the center of your chest in a Sthiti equal standing. Breath in, big sweep up, reach high. Exhale, follow your breath all the way down, forward fold. Breath in to lengthen. As you exhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Hands to the floor, swing your left leg long back behind you, down dog, three-legged. Come into a three-legged plank. Either lowering your foot or not, roll your right heel over towards the right. Left foot can land on top of right, left arm reaches overhead. Draw your right ribs towards the front of the room. Make sure your shoulders directly over your wrist, press down, lift the hips up a bit higher, maybe even a C curve. One more breath here. Come back to center through your vinyasa, high plank through to low plank. Elbows slide against the side body. Inhale, pull the chest forward and up. Press down, lift up, open up. Exhale, hips are high, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a breath in. Let it go. Use this shape, this pose, to feel some sensation in your body. Feel a bit longer in the side waist. Feel a bit more space between your vertebrae. Feel your hip bones grow higher, heels settle a little bit more to the floor. And on your next inhalation, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, step or jump lightly to the top of your mat. As you breathe in, lengthen chest forward. Breath out, chest to thighs, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Bring your arms overhead, reach high, stand taller. Exhale, hands to the center of your chest in a Sthiti equal standing. Coming through Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Connect the breath to the movement. Exhale, hinge all the way down for a forward fold. Breath in, lengthen chest forward. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step or jump through to your Chaturanga Dandasana, low plank. Inhale is your upward facing dog, opening up the chest. Exhale is your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, head hangs heavily. Take 3 breaths here. Each breath in is an opportunity to get more space. Each breath out is to help you settle in a little bit more deeply into your pose. Another inhale and an exhale. Breath in, lift your heels high, exhale, bend your knees, push back and step or float lightly to the top of your mat. Take a breath in, lengthen. Breath out, bow down, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Press firmly into your feet. Get a little bit taller, a little bit longer. Exhale, hands to the center of your chest, and Sthita equal standing. Again, inhale, big sweep up. Breath out as you fold forward, hinging at your hips. Inhale to lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands to the floor, step or jump through to your Chaturanga Dandasana, low plank. Inhale, pull your chest forward and up, upward facing dog. It's a back bend, open up. Exhale, down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take 2 cycles of breath here. Keep pushing down to lift up. Another inhale, and let it go. Inhale, heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, step or float lightly to the top of your mat. Take a breath in to lengthen. Breath out, bow down, forward fold. Inhale, bring your arms overhead, reach high. Exhale, hinge right back down, forward fold. Opportunity for a crane pose, Vikasana. Lift your heels high, send your insides of your knees towards your outer arms. Shift your way forward, mount into the upper back. Bring your toes together, eventually getting lift off. Breathing here for another 2. Press down, lift up, and 1. Step or float your way through your Chaturanga Dandasana, low plank. Inhale for your Adho Mukha Svanasana, up dog. Exhale, hips are high, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a breath in, and let it go. Next, inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, push back, step or float lightly to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen, chest forward. Breath out, bow down, forward fold. Bring your big toe mounts to touch. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sink the hips nice and low. Arms are reaching brightly by your ears. Notice if they start to draw down, bring them right by your ears. Send the weight a little bit more towards your heels. Belly's engaged, tailbone's drawing longer down. Bring the hands to the center of your chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, twist to your left. Right elbow connects to left knee. Press the palms together. Look over your left shoulder. Sink a little bit more deeply. Draw the right chest towards me. Find a little bit more of that spiraling activity of the ribs around the spine. Look over your left shoulder. Another breath in. Exhale, straighten the legs, forward fold. Breath in, lengthen. Breath out, bow down, forward fold. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, chair. Bring the hands back to the center of your chest. Take a breath in to lengthen. As you exhale, twist to your right. Left elbow connects to right knee. Pull the elbow to the knee, knee to the elbow. Look over your right shoulder. Take another 2 breaths. Each breath in is a lengthening. Each breath out is a twist. 1 more breath in. Exhale, straighten your legs, hinge for forward fold. Hips are high, chest to thighs. Breath in to lengthen, chest forward. Breath out, lower your hands, step or float through to your Chaturanga Dandasana, low plank. Inhale, pull forward and up dog. Exhale, hips are high, downward facing dog. Step your right foot to the top of the mat, warrior 1. Bring your arms by your ears as you rise. Take another breath in, right knee directly over your right ankle. Left leg is long. On the exhalation, lower your hands to the floor, step from high plank to low plank. Inhale, pull forward and up dog. Exhale, hips are high, downward facing dog. Breath in, step your left foot to the top of the mat, roll your right hip foot down, bring your arms overhead, Virabhadrasana 1. Press into your left heel to pull your left hip back. Right leg is long, ribs lift up. 1 more breath in. Exhale, lower the hands and step from high plank to low plank. Inhale, Adho Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Take a breath in and let it go. Push down, lift hips up and high. Another breath in. Open mouth, breath out, let it go. 1 more round of Surya Namaskara B. Inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees. Step or jump lightly to the top of your mat. Breath in to lengthen, chest forward. Breath out, hug the belly in as you bow it down, forward fold. Bend your knees deeply, Utkatasana, chair pose. Straighten the legs, stand tall, hands to the center of your chest, Samastiti, equal standing. Bend your knees, big sweep up, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold, lower down to forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands to the floor, step or jump through to your Chaturanga Dandasana, low plank. Inhale is your upward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high. Step your right foot to the top of the mat, place your left heel to the floor, arms reach overhead. As you exhale, lower your hands to the floor, step from high plank to low. Inhale, pull forward and up dog. Exhale, hips are high, downward facing dog. Step your left foot to the top of the mat, place your right heel to the floor. Rise as you breathe in. As you exhale, lower your hands to the floor. Your vinyasa, high plank to low. Inhale for an upward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Exhale for your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. And take several breaths here. Pace your breath down if it started to speed up. Make sure you're finding engagement in the torso as you press the hands into the floor. Make sure that you're getting the engagement in your legs as you're drawing hip bones up and back. You might find a little bit more sensation of stretch and space behind your knees, your hamstrings, your calf muscles. Take another inhale and an exhale. On your next breath, raise your right leg long back behind you. Bend your right knee, yawn it open. Step your right foot to the top of your mat, warrior one. Place your left heel to the floor, arms reach overhead. Tap your hands behind you to open your chest. As you exhale, bow it down, humble warrior. Press into your right foot to hug your right hip back. Knuckles drawing up overhead. Head and neck drop down. Make sure you're pulling your left hip forward, deep, deep bend in your right knee. Release your hands as you come all the way up. Return to your Virabhadrasana 1. Leave the arms lifted. Straighten your front leg, pivot your feet, bend into your left knee, facing the other side of the room, into a warrior one. Pull your left hip back, draw your right hip forward. Capture your hands behind you in the non-dominant clasp. Open the chest, shoulder blades together. Dive it down into a humble warrior. Press into your left foot, hug your left hip back. Roll your right hip forward. Make sure you aren't sinking into the arch of your back foot. Knuckles are drawing maybe even a little bit more overhead. Unclasp your hands as you come back into your warrior one. Open up to warrior two. Keep sliding your left knee forward. Right leg is long. Make sure your left knee is directly over your ankle. Okay. Staying here for another breath. Flip your left palm, reverse your warrior. So you exhale, half moon rising. Draw your weight onto your left foot. Left arm is down, right arm is overhead. Draw your right leg long so it's almost parallel to the floor. Your left hand can come to the floor, but don't use that to sink. You're using that to lift up. Draw your left chest towards the back wall. Right arm is reaching brightly overhead. Take another breath. Gradually bending into your left knee, come into your warrior two. Leave your arms outstretched, straighten your left leg. Pivot your feet, warrior two facing the front of the room. Breathing here for a few breaths. Find the dynamic action of a deep bend in your right knee to draw more energy to your knee, back to your hip. Draw your thigh bone, left thigh bone back. Reverse your warrior, flip your right palm, reach up and back. Exhale, half moon rising, Ardha Chandrasana, draw your way onto your right foot. Right arm down, left arm reaches overhead. And find this long line of energy from the crown of your head to your heel, from your right hand all the way to the fingertips. Open up a bit more. Another breath. Eventually bend into your right standing leg. Return to your warrior two. Reverse your warrior, reach your right arm up and back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands, plant your palms and take it through your vinyasa, high plank through to low plank. Inhale is an up dog, Adho Mukha. Exhale is your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Together, take a breath in, lift your heels high, hips high. Open mouth, breath out, let it go, heels to the floor. Whew. Again, inhale, heels high, hips high. Open mouth, breath out, get a little bit more space, a little bit longer. One more round, inhale, heels high, hips high. Open mouth, breath out, let it go. In your downward facing dog, raise your right leg behind you, three-limb dog. Bend your right knee, yawn it open. Step your right foot to the top of your mat between your hands, windmilling into a warrior two. Straighten your front leg, press weight into your right foot, draw your right ribs over your right thigh. Utthita Trikonasana, right hand comes down, left arm reaches overhead. Press into your right heel to pull your right hip back. Lengthen a little bit more on the right side waist. Literally wrap the rib basket around the center of your spine. Leaning left shoulder on top of right. Take another breath here. Make sure you have a lot of oomph in your back leg. Next breath in, come all the way up, arms outstretched. Pivot your feet. Triangle pose on the opposite side. Bring your left arm strongly towards the back of the room. Left hand down, right arm reaches overhead. Once again, you want to lengthen the torso. Use the pose to feel your body. Get a little bit more length and space from your left hip to your left shoulder. Left hand can be lying lightly inside of your left shin. Right arm reaches dynamically overhead. Right leg is long. Find the spiral, find the rotation. Look over your right shoulder. Breathing here for another breath in and a breath out. A little bit more twist. Inhale all the way back up. Pivot your feet so you're facing the front of the room. Right hand to right hip. Left arm swings up overhead. Hips stay level for revolved triangle. Keep reaching and lengthening. Left arm forward. Continue to press into your right foot to pull your right hip back. Left hand lands down. Right arm reaches overhead. Lengthen. Draw the crown of the head to the front of the room. Pull the outsides of your hips together. Find your twist. Breathing here for a couple of breaths. Slowly unwind yourselves. Pivot your way all the way around to face the back of the room. Left hand to left hip. Right arm overhead. Press into your left foot. Pull your left hip back. Reach and lengthen. Continue to scissor the inner thighs. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching. Eventually your right hand comes down. Left arm long out to the side. Pull your left hip back as you initiate the twist to the center of your chest. Breathing here for another 3 breaths. Every breath in is a lengthening. Every breath out is a little bit more rotation. Look directly over your left shoulder. Continue to press into your left foot to pull your left hip back. I will get you a little confused there. Another breath in. Find more twist. Breath in. Lower your left hand down. Come all the way into a wide-legged stance with your feet parallel, hands to your hips. Lengthen as you breathe in. When you fold forward, don't let your hip bones go back behind your heels. Rock your way forward. Eventually, hands will come down in front of you. Breath in to lengthen, chest forward. If you have room in your space, walk your hands far, far forward. Shift your shoulders over your wrists behind the balls of your feet. As you exhale, chaturanga, bend your elbows. Inhale, push right back up. Exhale, downward facing dog. There we go. Inhale into a wide-legged high plank. Exhale, lower down. Elbows slide against the side body. Push down. Lift up as you press down. Exhale, hips are high. One more round. Inhale into a wide-legged high plank. Exhale, wide-legged chaturanga. Inhale, back to your wide-legged plank. Exhale, hips are high. Wide-legged down dog. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Take a breath in, come onto your fingertips to lengthen. As you exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale, come onto your fingertips. Exhale, bend into your left knee for Skandasana. Draw your right toes to face your face. Bend into your right knee. Ninja Walk all the way over towards the right. Bend into your left knee, crawl your way to the back. As you bend into your right knee, swing around to face the top of your mat. Hands to the floor. Roll over onto the outside of your left foot, Vashisthasana, side plank, right arm reaches overhead. Press down, lift the hips up. Staying here for another breath. Lower your right hand to the floor. Come onto your right forearm, side plank on your forearms, left arm reaches overhead. Lift the hips up a bit higher. Stay here for another breath. Come into a forearm plank. Staying here, pulling your heels back, remember to plank, long line. Or walk your toes towards your elbows for forearm, down dog or dolphin. There's always an arm balance here for you for forearm. Handstanding, Panchamayur Asana. Just make sure you're being mindful of your space. It might be a little bit differently than in studio, okay? Eventually, you'll all return into your forearm plank. Settle all the way down onto the chest and belly. Sphinx, just slide your forearms forward a little bit more. Press into the forearms and lift the chest up. It's a dynamic pose, but you're getting a chance to stretch out the front of the body. Shoulder heads are relaxed. Lift your kneecaps up for another breath. Hug the belly in. Exhale, lower down. Press your way back into a downward facing dog. Send your hip bones nice and high. Take a breath in. Lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees. Lower your heels to the floor. Let it go. Again, inhale, heels high, hips high. Open mouth, breath out, let it go. Lower the heels to the floor. That's what I meant. And one more time. Inhale, heels high, hips high. Open mouth, breath out, and let it go. Our next inhalation, raise your left leg behind you, three-limb dog. Bend your left knee, yawn it open. Step your left foot to the top of the mat between your hands, windmill into a warrior two. Bring your right arm up and around. Nice deep bend in your left knee, nice long right leg. Flip your left palm, reverse your warrior. Extended side angle, left forearm on left thigh, right arm by your ear. You can either stay here or left hand can come to the floor in front of you. The elbow to knee, knee to arm. Use that to help you lengthen the left chest towards your left knee. Find a little bit more of that spiraling action. Just like in your triangle pose, you're lying right shoulder on top of left. Right leg stays long and firm. Weight to the outer edge of your back foot. Use your next inhalation to come all the way up. Pivot your feet. Side angle Parsvakonasana, bending into your right knee. Right forearm on right thigh, left arm overhead. Keep reaching and lengthening from the crown of your head to your heel, the fingertips to your shoulder and heel. Either staying here or right hand comes down to the floor. Press the arm into the inside of your knee. Lengthen the right chest forward, find that spiral opening. Another 2 breaths. Breath in, breath out. One more breath here. Press weight into your right foot, come all the way up. Pivot your feet, face the back of the room, left hand to left hip, right arm reaches overhead. Press into your left foot, hug your left foot back, that's the front of the room actually. And then find your extended, bend into your left knee. Revolve side angle, right elbow to the left knee, palms press to the center of your chest. Pull your left hip back and open up and look over your left shoulder. Make sure you maintain that deep bend in your left knee. Continue to lengthen into the right leg. Lengthen the left chest forward and find a little bit more of that spiraling. Take another inhale. As you exhale, look down. Unwind yourself, straighten your left leg, pivot your feet, face the back of the room. Bring the hands to the center of your chest. Take a breath in. As you exhale, find the twist. Lead to the center of your chest. Wrap the ribs around the spine. Left elbow connects to right knee. Press the right thigh back to midline. Left hip rolls forward. Torso lengthens when you breathe in. There's a little bit more twist when you breathe out. 2 more rounds of breath. Lengthen when you breathe in. Twist when you breathe out. 1 more breath here. As you exhale, look down, unwind yourselves. Come back into a wide-legged forward fold all the way down. Another opportunity to come upside down into Shirsasana, tripod headstand, or merely bow it down. You can grab big toes or 2 fingers and a thumb for variation. D of Prasarita, elbows out to the sides. Pull your way forward. Let your head and neck soften. In this shape, in your forward fold, each breath in is a chance to gain more length in the front of the spine. Each breath out is a chance to feel your body by putting yourself in this shape. Hug the belly in, a little bit more of a deeply forward fold. My upside down headstanders, come all the way back down, nice and gracefully, watching out for your space. Wide-legged forward folds. Everybody bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bend into your right knee for Skandasana. Inhale, bend into your left knee. Side lunge, glide your way over towards the left. Inhale, glide your way to the right. Inhale, glide your way to the top of your mat. Hands to the floor. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Step your left foot behind you. Wild thing, rock star. Left arm reaches overhead. Press down, lift the hips high. Lower your left hand down, swing your left leg underneath you, fallen triangle, fallen star, right arm reaches overhead. Press down, lift high. Fallen triangle the opposite way. Flip your feet, right leg shoots underneath you, left arm overhead. Exhale, left hand down, swing all the way right leg, all the way around, wild thing, rock star, press down and lift up. Stay here for another breath. Exhale, lower your right hand to the floor, lower down to Chaturanga Dandasana, low plank. Inhale for an upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, and take several breaths. Don't lose the dynamic action. The head is nice and heavy, the neck is long, tops of the shoulders are soft, but everything else is really moving and working. Another inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, step or jump lightly to the top of your mat. Take an inhale to lengthen. Take a breath out, bow down, forward fold. With your arms dangling heavily by your sides as you slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, just like at the beginning of class. Shoulders pull forward and up. Open mouth, breath out, let it go. And shoulders pull forward and up. Open mouth, breath out, let it go. Stand tall on your left foot, on your left leg, left hand to left hip. Right hand comes to your right knee. Either staying here, grabbing your big toe with 2 fingers and a thumb. Lengthen the right leg in front of you. Pull your right shoulder back with Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Take a breath in, lift the right leg up. Draw the right leg out to the side without rolling your right hip up. Left arm can go out to the sides, nice and firm on your left standing leg. Another breath here. Bring your right leg back to center. Leave it lifted as your arms reach overhead. Take another breath in. Lift the leg up a bit higher. Exhale, lower your right foot to the floor and shake it all out. Final side. Press onto your right foot. Draw your left knee to your chest. Staying here or capturing your big toe with your 2 fingers and a thumb. Lengthening as you breathe in. Exhale, left leg out to the side. Roll your left hip down. Right leg is long and firm. Breathing here for another 3. Breath in and out for 2. And 1. Bring the leg back to center. Bring your arms by your ears. Reach and lengthen for another breath. Left leg lifts up a bit higher. Exhale, lower the foot to the floor and shake it all out. Breath in, bring the arms overhead, reach high. As you exhale, sink into your chair pose. Sink, sink, sink. Heels lift nice and high. Sit back down. Boat pose, Navasana. Lift the chest up towards your thighs. Perhaps straighten your legs. Breathing here for another 3. Lift up a bit more for 2. Somebody's pulling you to the front of the room. And 1. Sink down on the count of 3. 2. And 1. Bend your knees. Place your feet underneath your knees. Lift the hips up. Clasp your hands underneath you or just arms strongly on the floor. Press into the hands, press into the forearms. Lift the hips up, scooch one shoulder blade in and then the other. And breathe in your bridge pose for another 5. Press down, lift up for 4. 3. Feel the shoulder blade tips press into the back of the heart. Get a little bit more lift in the upper body for 2. And 1. Slowly lower it down. Bring the soles of your feet together for Supta Baddha Konasana. Take a few breaths here. Bring your hands to your knees, bring your knees into your chest, give yourselves a nice squeeze. Place your feet on the floor, mats with distance apart. Draw your knees over to the right. You can scoot your hips over a little bit to the left. And then draw your head to the left, closing your eyes. Breathing softly here for a few moments just to start to bring your way through into your Shavasana. Nice gentle breath. Maybe a bit deeper twist now, rolling your left shoulder down. Come back to center, recenter yourselves and drop your knees the opposite way. Turn your head away from your knees to complete your twist. A few more breaths here. Eventually bring your knees back to center. Lengthen your legs in front of you. Arms lightly by your sides, palms face up. Together, let's take another deep breath in, fill all the way to the top. Open our mouths and exhale, let it go. Settle into a deep, comfortable rest. In Shavasana, more than ever, it's using the pose to feel your body. on your own time. Feel free to stay exactly where you are for even longer, or creating awareness into your presence in your own space, in your own room, and on your mat. Notice your breath. Notice the sensations in your fingers and toes as you start to move them around. Bring movement into your wrists and your ankles, starting to roll them around. Bring your arms long behind you, overhead, reach and lengthen. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, breath out, let it go. Gather your knees into your chest and roll over onto your right side. With your eyes still closed, bring your way into a comfortable seated position at the top of your mat. Bring the hands to press together at the center of your chest. Together we'll take a long, slow, smooth breath in. Feel a little bit more of a lift of the torso up. Open our mouths, exhale, let it go. Honoring the light in you that is the light in me. I thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with me. Namaste. I'm Teri. Have a great day.